All right, let's come onto our mat and into our space as we do every week, shaking off anything that we're bringing onto our mat with us this morning. Just scanning from the top of the head down to the toes, noticing what's going on in the physical body, and maybe observing what's going on in the mind. And taking a few steps, getting acquainted with the bottom of your feet, noticing how the feet are touching the surface beneath you, and what it feels like. Grounding down, rocking a little bit, heel to toe, and then pause, and then do a little bit side to side action. And then pausing here. Let's bring it up into the knees, maybe bending the knees a little bit. If it feels okay to do so, maybe taking the knees around in a circle one direction. After you've gone that direction a couple times, pause and go the other direction. And then pause in stillness. And then bring the attention up to the hips. Allow the hips to go side to side. And then maybe bring the hips around in a circle like you're doing the hula hoop. And then go the other direction. Nice. And come back to center. Pausing there. As you pause, begin to bring your attention to your spine, noticing how it's feeling this morning. See if you can begin to lengthen a little bit with each breath. Notice how it feels to be standing, making the adjustments, feeling a little bit taller, a little bit stronger, lightly drawing the belly in, feeling the head pushing up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed. When you're ready, focusing on an object, closing your eyes. Taking the next few moments for yourself, checking in with the breath, noticing where it's moving. Maybe gently increasing the length of the inhale and the exhale. Feeling the lungs filling up on the inhale and softly emptying out on the exhale. Noticing what parts of you move as you breathe and what parts don't. And I invite you to bring your hands to your heart center as we take 3 slow cleansing breaths. Let all your air out. Draw a long, slow breath in and gently let it out. And again. And one more time. Bring the hands together in front of you, clasping the hands. We're going to start off with some figure eights to this morning. So thumbs are on top as we start off, making our figure eight. And this could be little or big. Go in any direction you want, where it feels right in your body. If you feel any pain, make those movements smaller and slower. Or if you hear a lot of cracking and clicking, make them smaller and slower until things start to work their way out. And then pause. Now we're going to turn our hands so the pinky's on top and the pinky is the driver. Go in the other direction. And then pause. Let your hands go. Bringing the thumb up on top. Bring your thumbs out in front of you. And then bring your thumbs out to the sides and stop when you can't see them. And then bring them back together, following them with your eyes. You'll do it 2 more times at your own speed, making the eye muscles work this morning. And then let your hands come down to the side, shake out the arms, shake out the hands, maybe wiggle the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in and blow it out. Inhale, reaching out. And as always, stop wherever you want. Pause there. And then exhale down. We'll do this 3 more times, taking up space, inhaling up. And exhaling down. Keep moving with your breath. And now let's bring the chin down towards the chest. This morning, let's start off with the ragdoll, letting the neck or the head feel heavy, relaxing the shoulders as much as you feel like. Taking 3 long, slow breaths. Feeling the breath expand the upper back between the shoulder blades. On the next inhale, slowly straighten up. And begin to lift through the chin. Gently bringing the shoulders back any amount. Breathing into the chest, into the heart center. And then exhale, we'll go back the other way. Softening forward. Breathing into the back of the neck, between the shoulders. Inhale, standing up. Lift through the chin. Squeeze through the shoulders. And then as you exhale, back the other way. 3 long, slow breaths. Inhale back to standing. Lift through the chin. And then squeeze through the shoulders. Breathe into heart center. Beautiful. And come back to your center, back to your mountain pose. Inhale, reaching up with both arms. As the arms come up, maybe you look up. Exhale, bring the elbows down, squeeze through the shoulders. Chin to chest. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, draw elbows down, chin to chest. Squeeze through the shoulders. 2 more times with your breath. Nice space through the side body as you're reaching up. Exhale, softening through the neck, squeezing through the shoulders. Last time, inhale up. And exhale down. And back to mountain pose. As we inhale, we'll tighten from the toes all the way to the top of the head. And exhale, release. And again, tighten from the toes all the way up. And exhale, release. And last time, inhale, tightening. Exhale, release, let go. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, draw the elbows down. This time, bring the elbows towards each other. Inhale, opening. And exhale together. Inhale, open wide. And exhale, back together. Slowly sink down into your chair pose. 3 long, slow breaths here. Notice the feet pushing down into the floor. Where's the weight? Are you leaning forward? Do you feel more on the ball of the foot? Are you leaning back? Do you feel more in the heels? Or is it equal? On the next inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale down into your chair. This time, lift up all 10 toes and spread them wide. And lower one by one. Push into the feet, rise back up. Exhale, sinking down. Back to your chair. Lift all 10 toes, spread them wide, and lift them, lower them one by one. And breathe. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, back to mountain pose. Inhale, reaching up. Look up. Exhale, elbows down. Look down. Come back to neutral. Bring arms to center. Exhale, sink into your chair. 3 long, slow breaths. From here, we're going to move into a forward fold. So thinking about where you want to go, maybe you bring hands to thighs, flat back. Maybe you let yourself rest on your thighs with the knees bent a lot. Maybe you're already nice and warmed up and you're ready to go into a deeper forward fold. Choosing what's best for you. 2 long, slow breaths. Push into the feet, engage the core, and slowly rise all the way up. Exhale back into your chair. And breathe. On your next exhale, folding into the forward fold of your choice. 3 long, slow breaths. On your next inhale, slowly engage the core, rise back up. Exhale back into your chair. 3 long, slow breaths. And then exhale, fold. Take a deep breath in and a long, slow breath out. And again. Pushing into the feet, engage the core, slowly rise all the way back up. And this time we'll come back to our mountain pose. Take the feet a little bit wider apart, not your full width. Just a comfortable width. And then reach up with one arm. Coming into a side stretch. And we'll come back to center. And stretch. And back to center. And stretch. Bring the arm back down. And we'll reach up on the other side. Coming into a stretch and back to center. Inhale, reach. Pushing equally into both feet. Feeling the ribs spreading apart. Nice. Back to center. Inhale, reach up with both arms. Exhale, sink down into your squat. Adjust feet if you need to. Inhale, reaching up. And exhaling down. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Let's bring our hands to our thighs to start. And we'll bring opposite shoulder towards the knee. A little bit of a twisting action. As you twist, you're exhaling. You come to center, you're inhaling. One more time to each side. Good. Pause as you come to center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands out to the sides. Feel the fingertips reaching towards the opposite wall. Bring the palms up, or the fingertips up, and then down. Inhale up, and then down. And pause. We're going to come into the twist, so bringing one hand to heart center, one hand behind you, looking over your shoulders. Inhale back through center, feel nice and tall. Exhale, twist the other side. Continue moving with your breath. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, twisting. And one more time to each side. Next time you come through center, pause. Let's sink down into our squat. Pause here. Maybe this time you bring the hands to the heart center. And breathe. 2 more nice, long, slow breaths. And then inhale up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale up, side stretch. Maybe you lift the heel off the floor. Feel the ball of the foot pushing down. Feel the length through the side. Exhale back through center. Reaching up on the other side. Maybe lifting the heel. Again, feeling that length from the ball of the foot all the way up the side body. And switch. Feel free to stay for a couple of breaths on one side or gently flowing back and forth with your breath. Last one to each side if you're flowing back and forth. We'll all pause in the center. Inhale, reaching up, maybe look up. Exhale, look down, squeeze through the shoulders. Come back to center to neutral. Bring the hands behind the back, squeeze through the shoulders, look up. And then gently let the hands slide down the outside of the thighs, coming into a squat. 2 breaths. Inhale, reaching up, maybe look up. Exhale, squeeze through the shoulders as you bend the elbows. Bring head back to neutral, hands behind you, squeeze through the shoulders. And releasing. This time, maybe instead of going to squat, you go into a forward fold. So you could come to elbows on the thighs with the knees bent a lot. Or maybe you're ready to bring the hands down to the floor. Take 3 long, slow breaths. Push into the feet, engage the core, bring hands to the hips, and slowly rise back up. Take a nice breath in, and a slow breath out. Inhale, reach up, side stretch, lift heel. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, reach up, other side, push through the ball of the foot. And exhale down. Inhale, arms out to a T. Come into the twist. 3 breaths. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist the other way. Nice long, slow breath in. Even slower breath out. Back to center. Exhale, hands to the lower back. Squeeze through the shoulders, lift through the chin. Release the hands, come into your forward fold. And breathe. On the next inhale, slowly rise all the way up. Exhale, arms down. And step the feet together. Take a big breath in. And a slow breath out. And then we're going to come into our first warrior. So placing the weight into your right foot, step back with your left. Bending into the front knee, pushing through the back heel. Nice and long spine. Take a moment to feel centered and balanced. Taking the arms of your choice. Bring your attention to your breath. One more slow breath here. Exhale, arms down, and step the feet together. Take the weight onto your left foot as you step back with your right. Warrior 1 feet. Nice long spine. Taking arms of your choice. Once again, finding center and balance. Long, slow breath in. An even slower breath out. Nice job. Exhale, arms down. And step the feet together. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sinking to chair. Inhale, reach if you want. Exhale, fold into your forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, back to mountain pose. Transfer weight to your right foot. Step back with the left. Warrior 1. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms out in front. Inhale, back up. Exhale, our arms back in front. One more time. Bring arms down to the sides. And step feet together. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sink into chair. Inhale, reach if you want. Exhale, fold. Long, slow breath in. Lower breath out. On your next inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, back to mountain pose. Transfer weight to your left foot. Step back with your right. Warrior 1 on the other side. Takes arms of your choice. Lower the arms down in front. Standing nice and tall. Inhale, reach up. Try to keep your core still. Just moving the arms. Imagine there's a ball between the hands, so you're keeping those arms nice and strong. Exhale, arms down. And step the feet together. Take a nice long, slow breath in and a slower breath out. Switch the weight over to the right foot. Step back with your left. Inhale, reaching up. This time as you exhale, the arms pause here out in front and then continue down behind you. Squeezing the hands and the shoulders together. Reach back up, pause in front. Again, remember that ball that's between those hands. They're nice and strong. Inhale, reach up. And then this time, if you want, as you bring your arms down, straighten out that front leg. And then bend back into it. Exhale as the arms come down. Inhale as you're reaching up. 2 more times with your breath. Keeping nice, strong arms. And pause here. Step the feet together. Take a nice breath in and a slow, even breath out. Switch the weight to your left foot. Step back with your right. Finding your nice, strong warrior one legs. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, arms straight out in front. And then down behind you. Squeeze through the shoulders and the hands. Inhale, back in front. All the way up. Add in the straightening of that front leg. Exhaling down. Inhale, reach up. Nice job. And one more time. Pause here and step the feet together. Take a breath in and slowly let it out. And we will begin moving towards a wall or a piece of furniture for some balance. Facing your support, hands on your support. Let's start by stepping back with the right foot. Let the toes go on the floor so that you can come into a lunge. You might have to hop that foot back a little bit. Staying here. Maybe you lift one arm up. Maybe you lift 2 arms up. Drawing your right hip forward, left hip back so the hips stay nice and even. Draw the belly in, feel nice and strong. Nice. Exhale the arms down and step the feet together. Take a breath. And now left foot goes behind you, finding your lunge. And then focusing on your balance. Bring hands to heart center. Reach up. Keep your hands on your support. Finding joy in whatever you can do this morning. One more nice, long, slow breath. Exhale, arms down. And step the feet together. And slowly back up, coming into your 90-degree angle at your hips and your torso. Bending knees and straightening. Step forward with the right foot. Hop the other foot back. So you're feeling some stretch through the back of the legs. And you might want to walk yourself down your prop. Again, trying to keep those hips even. So right hip draws back, left hip forward to help straighten them out. Key here is wanting to feel some stretch, some tug, some pull somewhere, but not too much. Enjoy another breath here. If you walk down your object, your support, come back up. Bend into this front knee and bring the feet back together. Take a breath in and let it out. And we're going to step back with the right foot. And depending what's going on for you, this knee could be straight or you could have a little bend in it. The goal or the intention here is to feel some stretch through the back of your legs. But you might feel it other places too, depending where you're feeling tight this morning and where you're loose. Long, slow breath in, and even slower breath out. And again. Bend into that front knee, slowly walk up your prop if you need to, and step the feet together. Take a breath in, and let it out. And we will walk back again to our 90-degree at the hips and the torso. As we come here, we're going to put all the weight into the left foot and let the right foot come out behind you any amount that you want. Coming towards a warrior 3, toes down. Pushing through both heels, head reaching towards the wall in front of you. And then bring the foot back to the floor. Pause for a breath, do any shimmying you want. And then transfer the weight over to the right foot so your left foot can float up behind you. Toes are down, push through heels. Nice long spine and breathe. Nice. And slowly lower the foot back down to the floor. Shimmy and shake anything that needs shimmy and shaking. And now we'll come back to standing. Come next to your prop so that you can have one hand for support. Put all your weight into one of your legs. Bring the other knee up in front of you. And then see if you can straighten it out. Excuse me. Bend the knee and bring the knee out to the side. Bring knee back to center and straighten. Bend out to the side, back to center, straighten, and one more time, bend, out to the side, back to center, and this time back to the floor. Shimmy and shake anything you want. If you want to turn around so your support is on the side that you're standing on, feel free. Putting the weight into the other leg, lift up the knee. Find a sense of balance and strength. Draw the belly in a little bit. Head is reaching up. Extend the leg. Bend the leg. Leg to the side. And as the leg goes to the side, we're trying to keep these hips still. Back to center. Extend. Bend. To the side. Back to center. Extend. Bend. Out to the side. One last time. Center. Extend. Bend. Out to the side. Back to center. And leg down. And shimmy shake anything that needs shimmy shaking. And now we will move our props out of our way. And begin moving on to the floor. Coming to one end of your mat or the other. We'll do one final sun salutation. So starting off in your mountain pose, inhale, reach up. Exhale, sinking into chair. Long back, strong legs. 3 long, slow breaths. And then exhale, fold. From here, walking hands or feet out so that you can come to a down dog, a table, or child's pose. Pause in stillness and observe. Or if your body would like a little bit of movement, allow that. If you chose to go into down dog, slowly lower the knees so you're in table. If you're in table, lower the hips into child's pose. We'll pause here in child's pose. Taking this time to scan the body from the top of the head down to the toes. Noticing the breath. On the next inhale, extending the arms out so that you can come into table, hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. And we'll work through some cat-cows. And then pause. We're going to do some balance here. Starting off by putting the weight into your left knee so that the right leg can float out behind you, like we did when we were standing, pushing through that heel, feeling nice and long through the spine. Head reaching towards the other wall. And this time we're going to lift the hips and then lower. So the right hip goes up towards the ceiling, the foot turns towards your computer, and then your foot turns back down to the floor. But unlike sometimes we're not just turning the foot, we're turning the whole hip. So the hip is reaching up towards the ceiling. And the hips are no longer staying in line. Nice. And bring the knee back down to the floor. Pause here. Take a breath. Then extend the other leg out behind you. Once you feel your balance, turn the foot towards the wall. Lift the hip towards the ceiling. And then back towards the mat. Inhaling, turning the foot, lifting the hip. And back down. 3 more times with your breath. And then bring your knee back to the floor. Bring your elbows to the floor. Coming into puppy pose. Once you're here, you could stay in stillness, or maybe you turn this into diving dolphin, allowing the hips and the head to rotate back and forth. And then when you feel ready, slowly come to a seated position on the floor, grabbing a hold of a pillow or a folded blanket towel that you could sit up on. And as you come to seated this today, get yourself situated so that you're starting off with a nice tall back. Hold onto your knees or behind your legs. So then you can, round the back, lower the head. Inhale, coming back through seated, and then open up through the chest. Just softly, gently moving through some spine movement. And then you choose where you want to pause for a few breaths. You could come and hang over your legs, or maybe for you, you'd like to put your hands behind you and open up through the chest. Enjoy 3 to 5 long, slow breaths. And then come back up to your seated position. And we're going to come into a modified butterfly pose. So bringing your foot alongside your leg, you could set the legs up any way you want. The straight leg might be straight in front of you. Maybe it's off to the side a little. This foot can be attached to your thigh, or maybe it's out a little bit. Then find a nice tall back. And we're going to inhale, reach up. Turn towards your extended leg, wherever it may be. Bring your arms over it. And begin with a little bit of movement back and forth. And if the hips and the legs feel wonky, then allow yourself to adjust them. And when you're ready, allow the hands to rest and come into a little bit of stillness. If you're not feeling any stretch or tug or pull, allow yourself some movement. You could go a little further to your left or to your right, up or down. And then breathe. On your next inhale, pushing into the floor with the hands, slowly walk yourself back up. And let's switch the legs around the other way. And this leg and hip might be different. So if it feels like you don't want it, you had it out front before, but it's better to take it to the side, go ahead, or vice versa. Inhale, reach up. Turn towards your long leg. Arms reach out. Feeling some movement through the hips, through the back. And then when you're ready, slowly lower the arms down. Pause with a nice long back. Stay there, or gently allow yourself to soften into the pose. Long, slow breath in. Even slower breath out. And then push into the floor. Slowly walk yourself back up to seated. And bring the soles of the feet together. Let's walk the feet out a little bit so we have a big diamond, not have the feet close in towards the hips just yet. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms down in front. Reaching forward and back. And then let the arms come down to rest wherever they touch. And maybe you begin to allow yourself to fold forward. If you have pillows close by or blocks, you could prop yourself up on them, or you could even bend the elbows so you can rest your head. And then allow yourself to soften into this pose. Enjoy one more long, slow breath. And then use your hands to slowly walk yourself back up. Help the knees come up. And again, you can lean over your legs or bring the hands behind you and open up through the chest and breathe. Nice choices. Coming back to center, let's make our move down onto our backs. So slowly lowering down. Once you come down onto your back, you make the choice of whether you want some gentle movement or just to be in stillness. Scanning from the top of the head down to the toes, making little adjustments so that you feel more comfortable here on the floor. Bringing your attention to your pelvic bone and your belly button. We're going to do some pelvic tilts. So drawing the pelvic bone down to the floor, probably feeling the back begin to arch. And then lowering or lifting the pelvic bone so the back flattens. Rocking back and forth from the pelvic bone to the belly button. As you draw the pelvic bone down towards the floor, inhale. As you lift the pelvic bone up towards the ceiling, exhale. And try really hard just to use those muscles in the hips, not pushing into the floor with the feet or using the knees. And then pause, find that middle place where the back's not overarched or over flattened. Put your hands on your hip bones. And this time we're going to go lift one hip and then lift the other hip. And again, we're trying not to push into the feet or use the knees. So it's a little movement, just making those hips move side to side, up and down. And then pause in neutral. Draw one knee in and then the other. Give yourself a little hug. If it feels okay to do so, on your exhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. And then lower back down. Holding onto the knees, stir them around in a circle, massaging the lower back. Going one way. And then go the other. And place the feet back down onto the floor. Extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. And then bend and straighten. Point as you reach up. Flex as you bend. So straighten and flex. Point, bend and flex. Doesn't really matter. And then pause with your leg up and make teeny tiny circles. Notice what's going on in the hips. You can start to make those circles bigger, but if the hips start to come off the floor, don't make those circles any bigger. We're really trying to get into the hip and strengthen the core. So you're gently drawing the belly in to help keep this core nice and strong. And if you've been going one way this whole time, now go the other direction. And then pause, draw that knee into your chest. Give it a hug. Straighten the other leg out. It can rest on the floor, or maybe you let it hover a little bit. And breathe. Notice what's going on in the lower back. Are you keeping it neutral, or is it over flattening or overarching? One more breath. And then let's bring both feet back to the floor, knees bent. Pause here and breathe. And you know the drill, we got to do the other leg. So we're going to start off by straightening it out and pointing, and bend and flex. Move with your breath. And then pause with your pointing your toes and make those little circles. Again, being mindful of what's going on down in the hips, trying to keep them nice and strong, glued down to the floor. And again, if you hear pops and snaps, that's not unusual, but it helps if you go slower and make your circle smaller. And then go the other way. And then pause, draw the knee in, give it a hug, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Straighten out the other leg, leave it on the floor if you want, or lift it up and hover. Again, make sure you're engaging the core. Draw the belly in lightly, keeping the hips neutral, the lower back neutral. One more breath here. Nice. And let's put both feet back on the floor. You can allow yourself to pause in stillness here. Or maybe it would feel good to let the knees go side to side a little bit or round in circles. Listen to your body and what it wants. From here, we're going to go into the bridge pose. So we're going to get our feet hip distance apart. Push into the feet. Go back to what we were talking about before with letting the back and the pelvis move. So drawing the pelvic bone down towards the floor, feeling the back arch as you inhale. Exhale, back flattens out, pelvic rises. This time on your inhale, lift all the way up. And then on your exhale, rounding the back, coming down. And then on the inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, feeling the spine as it slowly lowers down. If you notice a particular section of the spine feeling a little stiff, sore, tender this morning, you could just work that little section. You don't have to do the full bridge. Take about 3 more breaths in our bridge pose, either moving or still. And then slowly come back to earth if you haven't already. Pausing here. Let's extend the right leg. And we're going to let the left knee come across over towards the floor. The shoulder can come off the floor if you want, or if it needs to. Or you could put a pillow under the knee so the shoulder can stay on the floor. So either knees on the floor or shoulders on the floor. If shoulders off the floor, you could let the arm drape behind you. Maybe you bring it over the head, feeling a little stretch through the side body. Take 3 long, slow breaths here. If the arms over the head, slowly bring it back to your side, and then gently roll back to your back. Pause. Let everything settle. Then extend the left leg. And let the right knee fall across your body. Again, choosing whether you want your shoulders on the floor or your knee on the floor. Arm can hang behind you, rest on your side, or reach above your head. Long, slow breath in, and a long, slow breath out. Bring the arm back down to your side if it's not already, and slowly roll onto your back. At this point, it might feel nice to walk the feet out wide, the distance of your mat, and let the knees fall towards each other. You could give yourself a hug, or you could choose a pose of your own. If you're giving yourself a hug, open nice and wide. And then hug yourself the opposite way, other arm on top. And then bring the arms back to your sides, walk your feet back in. From here, taking any movement pose you'd like, might be nice to send the feet up to the sky. Maybe even send the fingertips up to the sky, pausing for a moment in your lion's pose. You can stick out your tongue and roar. And when you're ready, start making your way into your final relaxation pose. Maybe move through a happy baby before you move into your final relaxation pose. You can rock a little bit, massaging the lower back, the hips. And then as you're ready, finding your way into stillness, letting the bones feel heavy, sinking into the ground, letting the muscles soften and relax. Noticing where you might still be holding on or feel some tension. If you can adjust so that you feel more freedom, more at ease. Taking the next few moments, let the physical body be still, the mind quiet, and the breath to move in and out. I invite you to stay just as you are for as long as you'd like. If you choose to, you can slowly begin to wake yourself up, making gentle movements, yawning, stretching. Maybe choosing to stay on your back or come to a seated position. Taking this time to observe any changes that have gone on during your practice this morning. I invite you to bring your hands to your heart center. Showing gratitude towards yourself. We'll close with 3 long, slow cleansing breaths. Let all the air out. Take a long, slow breath in. And sigh it out through the mouth. And again. And one more time. Thank you for joining me this morning, allowing me to guide you through your yoga practice. May you be well, may you be loved, may you be full of peace and joy. Namaste.